we know about Donald Duck?
Well, let's see. You
don't know much about Donald Duck.
He has a wild temper, his jobs are constantly changing,
And he's constantly nude.
Oh, he's
Showing
not,
off his duck genitals wherever he goes.
Well, okay.
And here he gets to use them on Madame Mim from The Sword and the Stone. Before we dive in, we're going to say one thing, and that is, neither of us can do a Donald Duck impersonation.
That's
you notice how I said neither of us can do it?
Yeah, I'm aware of that. I can't make the talking. Uncle Donald, look! Called Huey Duck.
Someone built a house on the vacant lot next door, said Dewey Duck, strangely dressed in piss yellow.
I think we're going to have a new neighbor, said Louie Duck.
Why do they keep saying duck? We get it, they're ducks.
Yes, well, they're saying their full names, but
That's a terrible last name, just like your last name.
Fleece? What's wrong with Fleece?
Donald peeked over the fence. By golly, you're right! He said, but the house wasn't there yesterday. There was nothing on the lot last night. And what a funny looking house. If I didn't know better, I'd say it was made out of gingerbeard.
Yeah, it says gingerbread.
Well, I think it's funnier to say gingerbeard.
Fine. You can have your
gingerbeard.
You can have your gingerbeard and eat it too. For all I care, but the house is gingerbread.
So, gingers gave birth to it?
Well, that's why the house has no soul.
Dewey tasted a corner of the new house because he's a real genius. When you see a new house, Paul, do you always just take a big bite out of it?
You know, Scruff McGruff did teach me that when I come across a crack house, the first thing I should do is take a bite out of it.
I don't think this is a crack house. I wouldn't doubt it. It did spring up overnight under mysterious circumstances.
A gingerbread house, cried Louie. Only witches live in gingerbread houses. I read that in one of my storybooks.
Said if you build a house out of gingerbread, this'll happen.
Meanwhile, the smoke inside the candy house brought on the giant ant creatures, which devoured the house and the witch.
Witches! Donald Duck laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. There are no
His laugh is not melodious.
There are no such things as witches.
The moment Donald said that, the door of the gingerbread house popped open. A lady with purple hair and big green eyes looked out.
Whoa!
Who doesn't believe in witches?
Shouted the lady.
I don't, Donald Duck answered.
You will, said the lady. My name is Madame Mim, and I built this house with magic.
How? Asked Donald.
She just said right there that she built it with magic, you dumbass. What do you think that means? She just said magic.
Well,
right here, look. Zoom. Magic.
I see. I'm a witch.
She proved it by raising her hands and casting a spell. That could have been really awkward.
That really could have. Raising her bosom and casting a spell.
Don't you want to have a witch cast a spell at you with her magic tits?
That depends on the witch. Pow! Donald turned into a watermelon. The nephew's eyes opened wide. Huey, Dewey, and Louie saw what had happened, and they cried, "We believe in witches! We believe! We do! Please change that watermelon back into Uncle Donald!" Madame Mim looked sly.
I want some cobwebs for my new house. We witches love cobwebs. They make a place cozy, you know. I'll trade you your uncle for some cobwebs. They make great tampons.
You bet! The boys shouted together, and they ran home to find
Cobweb! The enthralling story, told to us page by page, nephews saving their uncle by collecting filth. The immediate mental image that got in my mind is Spider-Man taking a squat over their bucket of collected web.
Is that all?
Asked Madame Mim when the boys brought her a basket full of cobwebs. It's all
We have!
Huey argued.
And I suppose it will have to do.
Said Madame Mim as she changed the watermelon back into Donald Duck and went inside to decorate her house with the cobwebs. That is a very strange sentence when you think about it.
Why would you decorate your house?
No.
with what?
She changed
The
watermelon into Donald Duck and then decorated her house with cobwebs. What about that sentence sounds normal, folks?
Whack!
Sputtered Donald, looking dazed. What happened? I feel all green and cold. Wait. I felt all green and cold.
Well, that's what a watermelon is.
Yeah, I know, but how do you feel green? I mean,
It's not easy. Our new neighbor is a witch, replied Huey. She turned you into a watermelon.
You know, that's not a sentence that comes up in conversation very
I don't
often.
think any sentence in this entire thing comes up in conversation anywhere. After this happens, what does Donald immediately want to do? Apologize for his actions? Maybe be on good terms with the witch.
Yeah, or go tell the police that he's been assaulted, or a watermelon, as the case may be.
Nope! His immediate thought is whether or not she has a flying broom and that he wants it. And he wants to fly on it.
Because that's my immediate reaction when I find out somebody has vast magical powers.
He sees her flying around, despite the fact that his nephews say, don't be an idiot, she'll turn you into some type of produce.
As a matter of fact, here's the exact line. I like this line. Don't ask, Uncle Donald, warned Louie. She might change you back into a watermelon, or maybe a cabbage, or even a rutabaga. I like rutabaga, it's a funny word.
My favorite word is phantasmagoria!
So Donald Duck didn't ask Madame Mim for the loan for Broomstick. Instead, he waited until she was busy planting toadstools in her backyard.
I bet she likes to plant toadstools in her backyard every night.
Yeah, she probably does.
I'm talking about sex! So the next couple pages is Donald acting like an idiot, flying around on this broom and almost dying. Because clearly it was more important to carjack someone, or broomjack I guess in this case. So after Donald's delightful misadventure of flying around on a broom that he stole from a mad witch that already turned him into a watermelon, he plunges through a flock of regular ducks.
Geese.
Whatever.
The book says they're geese.
Same difference, he has a cousin that's a goose.
I know. So let's see.
That doesn't even make sense.
He almost crashes through an airplane. He does crash through a kite. And
a perfect circle, no less.
I know.
And he crashes into a swamp where the crazed witch is waiting for him. And what does she do to broomjackers?
I'll teach you a lesson, you thieving duck!
She changed Donald into a frog.
Now he's French!
Donald didn't stay in that swamp forever. Madame Mim had forgotten that frogs can hop and frogs can swim. Really?
How do you forget that?
How do you forget that? That's like the...
Maybe she has Alzheimer's. She did build a house out of frickin' gingerbread. I'll never steal a broom again, said Donald to himself. I'll never take anything. Suddenly Donald wasn't a frog anymore. Nice spell! Nice spell! I'm sure it was worth it. If they had only waited a second longer, maybe he wouldn't have been a watermelon.
Yeah, I really...
Nice spell! He suddenly wasn't a frog. Great!
So
fantastic!
Maybe she intentionally included a...
What kind of evil witch has a stupid cure spell that's, oh, I realized the error of my ways and I'm not gonna be bad anymore. Whoop, I'm not a frog.
Drat!
Said Madame Mim when she saw him.
He's back!
Wait. So, yeah, apparently it wasn't a time-lapse spell.
No,
She's
she
actually
was
surprised
he
that he broke the spell.
By being a frog for a second.
He was a frog for all of like 5 minutes there.
So she decides, I don't want to have Donald Duck as my neighbor, and leaves. And once she's gone, the boys ate her house. Really, that's it.
Yeah.
The end. The moral of the story is, annoy your neighbors and then eat their house.
Yep.
What the frick is this book?
Our heroes, folks.
They harass an older woman. They eat her house.
They eat a part of her house and then steal her broom, steal her car, basically. And
she vacates.
She vacates because they're bad neighbors, and
they eat her house.
Yeah. I mean, even the transformations weren't that big of a deterrent. They didn't last very long.
I'm Gordon.
And I'm Paul.
And we are the
Anti-Review Crew.
And that book was weird. I'm out of here.